we're gonna start building another highway. At least that's what I'm gonna call it. I don't know how much of a highway it can be. Maybe I can ride a pig on it. We'll have to test that out. I've never tried to take a pig into the Nether before. Maybe they turn into piglins. That might be offensive. I shouldn't speculate about that. But what I am going to do is give Garuda his ritual seed of the morning. See you later, boss. And then, so now, freshly armed with canal production, we've just got all of our stuff here. A shulker box left on the ground. I am not so wealthy as all that. I think it's now appropriate to block the iron if we're going to be carrying it around, since we have rather a lot of it. We can certainly block the copper also to make it take less space. And now we'll have our coal block and our iron block. And our shulker boxes. Yes, very refined. Yes, and we'll have all of our wealth up here in a row, and then the trident can go there. Speaking of the trident, of course, we got another trident, which is incredibly exciting. What I'm going to do right now, since I'm level 31, is just go and get an enchant on it. But we're not going to focus a lot of time on it, or really very much at all. But there we go. So we can get loyalty. Then, so I don't have a guy that sells Impaling 5 books. I think I just found one. We'll just have to get another one. Because here's where I'm torn, right? Because I want Riptide so bad, but they're mutually exclusive. But if you have loyalty, I assume you can throw it and it comes back to your hand. Magnificent. Like that, like the Hammer of Thor. Which is a reference I would have been making since I was a child, but now is a much more mainstream thing to observe. I'm glad that more people are paying attention to the Norse myths, but I do lament sometimes that the context of it is comic book movies. But, you know, not to get all old man about it, but no one wants to read the Eddas anymore. It's a shame. We should not put the lapis there, that is careless. No, the bundle of bundles doesn't make sense. I should just... We can put one into it, right? Like so. There we go. Because the bundle inside of it is fine. Just to get us better space here. Alright, so the shield's almost broken. What are we going to use the shield for in the Nether, though, anyway? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So let's just get to it. Anything else? I've got a bit of wood if we need to make a sign. I need to get a bunch of magenta terracotta for arrows. I will point my finger around in directions that will helpfully illustrate the concept of an arrow. But let's just grab some more cobble and get to it. I have a sort of limited amount of arrows. We might want to wake Dude Man up as he rests. So one stack of arrows is an amount, but it will never be enough to make me feel safe. And yeah, the ender test is out anyway. So before we head out, we'll go buy more of those. And sell these glass planes to the cartographer for more emeralds. anytime a person buys like glass or stone or clay, I'm just like, yes, this is really living. This guy in particular just really likes us and wants us to do well. That woodland map is useless to us. He sells the same one as before. I need to see if I make another cartographer, if that'll work, but all I need to do now is find a Fletcher that sells arrows, which if I were a more responsible player, I would know where they lived. Here we go. It's also very possible that they die sometimes through no fault of my own, except that I still have so much more space that needs light around here. But that's not the point. Emeralds into the ender chest, a couple of arrow stacks in there too, and now we're in good shape. And we'll just grab a bunch of cobblestone, because although I would definitely do this out of obsidian if I had a lot of it, I don't have a lot of it. And I feel like it would take like 100 years to get the cobblestone I would need. We're gonna need stairs, so we're just gonna go ahead and bring several hundred of them. A very brave golem doing very brave things, and now we will head out. We'll put the bed in the ender chest since we won't need it to where we're going, and then just go to the nearest nether portal, which will be over in this direction, taking the opportunity to get slightly more light coverage. Again, there's a creeper there who is trying to destroy our tree of magnificent coca. We're going to run away from him. I'm too weak. Aw, he moved. It feels so unsporting when a skeleton moves when you're trying to shoot them from far away and they don't know you're there. Like, come on, man. Get with the program. I was trying to get points. It's so careless that I had all this time without any light in this whole area. I mean, it's just a danger to the village, isn't it? But we're going to fix that now, not least because I have stacks of torches in my inventory that I won't really need where we're going. And because every time I can't tell if one of my valuable villagers has been slain, I think, man, a more responsible person would do something about this. But that doesn't matter. I won't say nothing matters. So many things matter. For example, it matters that I don't have the idol in my offhand. That is not standard practice. Very careless. You need the idol in your offhand to show the piglins that even if you die, you shall arise, greater and more terrible than before. In place of a Dark Lord, you would have a queen. Some days I feel like more like a kid than others, although I am, of course, an old person. Today's one of those days. Like, I get I'm playing Minecraft now, but I gotta go to work in like an hour, and all I can think about is like how cool it would be if I didn't have to, like, I don't know if you ever did this as a kid, but like I would imagine, like there'd be a freak snowstorm all of a sudden, and it would make it totally impossible for us to go to school, but the electricity would stay on, and there would be nothing for me to do but stay at home and play Final Fantasy VI, something like that. But I just remind myself, as I often do, to put one foot in front of the other, because it doesn't ever take very long to get back to play video games again. gonna get a couple of torches here, not least because we have a little bit left in the stack. A skeleton on my island? Well, we took care of that. Alright, alright. So, it is time. So we're going to be going in the negative X direction. We already have functionally a really good, like, sort of marker system, right, with this, but we're just going to try to be improving it by, like, actually putting stairs in, you know, so that when we run in the future, there will be no more questions about, you know, like, where the proper place to be walking is or anything like that. All of the silly, you know, having to jump to move around, which is ridiculous, you know. Now, we'll just be able to run right up here. And we won't be making it entirely regular, or will we? Yeah, it's not, it's like at, like, 30 and this, and that's a fine number. We'll keep it here. We got our Silk Touch Pick, so we're going to be able to get gold along this journey as well. A reality which did not escape me at all. I was like, you know, if I build in the Nether, we'll be able to acquire more gold, just like I always wanted. And we'll just pull out the Nether hoe and get to it. I don't think we need a shovel out at all. So we'll put the hoe there instead because, yes, it is what breaks these leaves. No idea what we can use these nether wart blocks for. Maybe just to look red, but hey TNT, I'm doing just fine. It's a comfortable morning outside here, and all's well. How are you doing? Yeah, this is great. It'll be a cobblestone pathway connected to these weird trees, and that is very, very practical. The most practical thing I can think of. Not as practical as having a railing here, but it'll be fine, right? Right? It'll probably be fine. Good news is, even if it's over wide, it doesn't really matter, since the point is to make it easy to traverse, not to make sure that it's the most parsimonious of resources that's possible. And given that I'm working on the Great Canal, there's often a myriad of opportunities to get what I need as far as more stone goes. But when someone asks, do you think you'll even need that much stone? My first inclination is to say, I don't know. But my second one is to say, yes, absolutely, clearly, and unequivocally, yes. And then, and only then, figure out what the purpose might be. Oh, that's right. We have to fight things because there are monsters in this game. Oh, it was a child. A child? Outrageous. Where were the parents at? Oh, they were watching. Well, you know what they say. No more pig, no more problem. Ow. Oh. Oh, it's a Kill Bill type of situation. Alright, so as I was doing before I was rudely interrupted, I was making an elegant nether highway. You see, Hoglin hate efficiency, and they can't stand it whenever somebody runs in a straight line. They like to skitter around willy-nilly. It's like, do you mind? I'm trying to put stairs down. But I guess the Nether does have people in it, and by people I mean enemies. And they're not really people. Alright. I'm like, alright again, these guys are jerks. That is the thing about Piglin. You know, they see you without so much as by your leave. They are getting into a brawl and making you feel like you're a jerk for dispatching them. But that couldn't happen to me. I'm immune from those considerations. I remember who's at fault. It's the Piglin that are wrong. And you can tell him I said that. We'll just put wood on the ground there because nothing matters and the aesthetic is everything. You know, it'll just look like nether stuff with cobblestone over it, and you won't be able to tell that it's wood anyway. Probably nothing bad will happen. Since we've got cobblestone stairs anyway, even if it burns or whatever, still got stairs. What we want to do here is just get a chest for things. Not anything important, just for stuff. The kind of chest that can be forgotten forever. Well, not bones. Bones are very valuable. But, you know, like netherrack and netherwort. Not the shroomlight, that actually seems kind of cool. But all the other stuff, like leather, you know, things you won't need. Maybe we'll come back for that later, maybe not. The thing about clearing a path is you end up with tons of junk just if you want to go in a straight line. Which is fine, but wreaks havoc on the inventory. Sure, and it does. I don't know why, by preference, I always do these two abreast. Probably just for comfort, you know. It's easier to feel like you're always on the path. I actually quite like the aesthetic of the shroom lights. But I guess they generate in the trees and then sometimes in clusters. But, you know, it wouldn't be too tricky to get an abnormally large amount of them. You would just have to, you know, be dedicated. That's all it would take. A bit of dedication. If I can do this without jumping into the lava, I say mid-jumping into the lava. I mean, I didn't know I was going to do that. Okay, there's a piglin coming. I need to get away from the lava. And hit him. Thankfully, they announced their presence with loud and obnoxious sounds, so... Hey, Kepler. Good morning. Oh no, they're not lined up. Oh no, they're not lined up. I'm the worst bridge builder of all time. Well, this way, this could be like a guardrail. Boom, a nice little safe guardrail, totally lined up. No reason to have stairs up to a guardrail. Yeah, see, a nice safe little guardrail. Do we need one on that side? Ah, who would need one on that side? Oh no, they have knocked me into the lava. This is outrageous and, you know, not dangerous. Annoying. It looks red. Ha! He fell. This, however, is a risk to highway traversal, so we will... fill this in. It will not be deemed to be symbolic because there are no shapes in arches or anything like that. Important to the highway that things not be falsely deemed to be symbolic. You know, actually, let's just get a little bit of air here. A little bit of visibility on this side. Because this, you know, I often, you know, get down on the Nether, but this place has its own rare beauty. You know, we've got lava streams flying from the ceiling. I don't know what's up with that, but I guess that goes on sometimes. I don't know if they spontaneously generate or if they are just like a thing that's a feature of the generation in the Nether. And so when you go into the block and load it, like how a waterfall waits for you to get there sometimes in Minecraft, but not all the time. I don't know how waterfalls work. I'm going the wrong way. Hello, Adarsh. We are happy to have you. Alright, so I need to do this because we actually... Yep, there we go. Now a traversable bridge here. It's not much, but it's mine. So all we want to do now is move forward a little bit. Now, we might have to not go directly forward in situations like this. And go a little bit to the side, like. Because, I mean, if we hit a massive fire lake, then we can go across it. But if we hit the inside of one, well, we can go above it. Alright. There's nothing that will stop us from going forward. Unless something stops us from going forward. But there's nothing that will permanently stop us. Maybe I'll find more nether debris. That would be fun. which is good. The one thing I do like about the Nether is that the monster generation just sort of happens, so you don't have to worry. All right. So here we come to an impasse. So I just need to sort of find. Is it this way? Yes. All right. Yeah. So we'll turn the highway to the right here and go across the right side because I think that's where we're going to link up with our existing portal structure. But we can leave the one there because you can't fall through it. I don't think you can fall through it anyway. I really should have a fire protection potion on me, but I don't. You know, I'm just going to run and go grab one since we have this pathway cut through the Nether. It will take almost no time to get there. And it'll give me an opportunity to fill in these holes in the ground. Very important. Nothing worse than holes in the floor of your highway. We might have to, yeah, do these inhibit movement? Yes, they do inhibit movement. So, over time we will have to clear. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the hoglins. Over time, we'll have to clear those moss blocks so that the vines don't fall down and get in the way of our beautiful burgeoning highway. But that is something that can wait for a second. But yeah, this is you know, this little bit of effort, it's already a vast improvement because having to jump around and go in circles, like, it's not so bad the first couple of times you do it, but if you want to travel on that highway repeatedly, you're going to want an efficient way to do it. But we'll go ahead and grab our potion of fire resistance. We probably won't keep it in the on the hotbar, just for convenience sake. I'm not planning on falling in to the lava after all. Got to walk a little further out of it. I've got to walk a little further out of it. But it's good to know that if you fall into the lava, all you have to do is navigate your inventory a little bit. Hi, Kepler. Thank you for the well wishes. You know, navigate a little bit. You got 3 minutes of lava immunity, so basically, no matter what, you'll be able to get your bearings, figure out what's going on, and reorient yourself safely. And if I just find 2 more ancient debris somewhere, then I can get a netherite thing for the first time. I think I'm gonna go for the sword. It's sword or pickaxe. When I really think about it, you know, that's what you got to do. Hi, Natasha. put fires out with our sword, a traditional firefighting tool if ever there was one. Well, good morning. I hope you slept well. Yep, so now we just, we go over just a little bit here, and then we start making cutting our staircase down. No, not there either. Here we go. The angling of stairs is probably a source of agony to many a Minecraft player, and I am one of them. It's like, and you no sooner make a nice pathway, and then all of these jerks wake up. How long am I thinking for the Nether highway? Not too long. This right now, I'm just trying to connect, to like where the canal system is, so that I'll have a quick way to pop out and in for building the canal. Because the canal, you know, we've got like the overworld exploration hubs going from there, and then of course the goal of getting the mooshes. But if we have to hook fit 3,000, 5,000 blocks, how often are we going to use the canal? For special emergencies like bringing the mooshes home, it'll be a delight. But in general, you know, it's more of like a source to web out and see the world. But so not too big of a highway. And then I want to build one over and have a portal that's like right at the end also. Because that's a good way to get home. You know, you can spend extra time by going there, but if you just jump into the portal and jump into the other portal, then you get right back to your bed, unless you don't. But now with Shulkers 2, I'm thinking once we have that highway built, we might go and try the end out again a little bit, because I'll be able to bring in like a ton of cobblestone, and I won't have to be mining at the exact same time that I'm trying to build the nerve-wracking thing over the void. Or I could just die. That'd be fun too. Yep. And then we'll just go. We can go across here, just flat across. Yeah, why not? If I do this enough, then I can just pretend that there's lava underneath me in the end, and it won't make me upset. I don't know what it was. It was like just the feeling of imminent doom. It was definitely something about looking down and just being blackness there. And here we just, we build a staircase up and over-ish. Because how do you even connect, right? No, I think, yeah, just building over the whole way is better, and I was silly to have jumped off of it. Well, you know what, why don't I just build one straight over, and then it won't connect, and that'll be funny. Ridiculous behavior. Ridiculous behavior. What kind of highway is this anyway? No, we should have just went down there. It's alright, we can fix it now. We didn't waste very much time on that. Sometimes you have to do something a little bit to realize that it's a terrible idea, or you do if you're me. I don't know if everybody has to do that. I shouldn't generalize. No, not my gold. I saw the lava too late. Ah, the sadness that is mine. All of the glorious gold. It takes 100 years to get anywhere in the Nether. And this is why I shouldn't have jumped off. Like, every time I try to do anything in the Nether that's not, like, incredibly deliberate, I'm reminded of why I don't do that thing. Alright, we're just never going to go off of the pathway again, and then we won't have to somehow find our way back up to it. I'm back to the floating pathway in the sky being a good idea. Now I think it's a good idea, because otherwise I'll have to try to build a staircase through a wall there, and I hate it. I hate the idea so much. So we'll just go here, and then we'll turn or something. You know, you can do anything you want to when you're building a floating pathway. But I think, yeah, see, I'm not nervous here, but I still think this is, like, stupid and boring. I think the element of having to crouch to build, like, pathways so you don't fall off and how long it takes, I think it's the only thing I've seen in Minecraft that I legitimately hate. It's so bad. There should be a better way. It's like, are they trying to make me not do it? I would just quit the game before I didn't do a thing I needed to do. But perhaps they're just trying to break my spirit. That's a good idea, too. You know, certainly they can change me by making me uncomfortable. But it's alright. No sooner than was I despairing than we're built. And if we fall down on one side, it'll be okay. And if we fall down on this other side, it'll be incredibly annoying. But that's how it goes. Yep. And then we've already got this as part of the highway. You know, unbeknownst to us, we were already building this segment. And we're going to leave with, like, a solid amount of gold, which feels good, too. It's not going to be, like, an inspiring amount of gold, but it will be some gold, and some gold is good. I almost did something funny there. It's not great that it shifts a little bit in the hallway there, but it's not, like, ultimately that important for the other one. There's an enchant that would make me sneak faster. I would like that. That would be handy. What's it on? Surely not boots. Chest? Pants? So I've enchanted boots, like, the most times. I think we're about to be at the portal here, which we're not like abandoning the highway. I'm just trying to get a better idea of where we're at, because that is like we're falling down. Okay, well, anyway, we're here wherever here is. I think this is okay. I know this is kind of far out. -400 would go to like -3200. But we're going to try to ignore the cry of the ghast, and we're just going to run home real quick. Using this wonderful nether highway, it's pretty swift. Can you ride a horse in the nether? Maybe they turn into a skeleton horse. Actually, I bet they don't. I bet they don't, because then it would be really easy to get a skeleton horse, and people would have just told me to do one that way. Maybe they turn into ghast. Because, like, in my mind, there's there's several different kinds of, like, of thoroughfare that you can make for yourself in Minecraft. You know, you have, like, stepping stone level with markers, and then you have this, which is, like, a solidly intermediate one. There are some twists and turns. There's a little bit of attention paid to, you know, where you're moving, but all in all, you know, like, the path is pretty much there. And then you would have, like, a proper highway that doesn't turn at all, that has guardrails, lights, little juice boxes along the way, you know, all the things. But as we see, the Nether Highway is coming along quite nicely. Feels good. And from there, yeah, we just, time to head home. We should put the potion of fire resistance shulker. We should have a shulker that has, like, all the weird stuff like that. All the nether specific things. And then we can pop it out if we think we might need one. But, you know, we should have more shulker boxes. Hey, a drowned who's not broke. And we get a Nautilus shell, which I've never used for anything. That's not true. I used them to make a conduit, and then I never used the conduit for anything. And that's different. We dive right in, take it to the dome. I'm like, does this guy have a shell too? Does this guy have a shell too? We have found the richest set of drowned in all of the world. They have been fishing many nights and many days and come up clean with Nautilus shells in their grips. The intent can only be gotten the loot of the deep dark. Well, you know, maybe. Maybe we'll never get it then. You know, why don't I have a waterfall up here yet? It's ridiculous that in my own house, well, it's not mine, in the house that I am living in, I don't even have a waterfall to lead me home, and I don't have water in my bucket either. Outrageous. Something should be done about this. I mean, not by me. Can't rely on me to do anything, but somebody should do something. Just gonna mend our silk touch pickup. our Silk Touch pickaxe up. I think I said all the words right, but they sounded so weird in a row. The Shriek of a Phantom. Actually, I shouldn't be doing this fight right here, because the droop of an arrow could hit a golem. Alright, there probably aren't going to be another set of them. There might be. We were in the Nether for a bit, but... The phantoms are there to remind you that the cycle continues while you aren't around. That we are all molded by it. Melded into it. Alright, where are all these guys coming from? All the way over there? Creeper, no, absolutely not. Outrageous. Alright, so we can wake up a guy and sell him pork. We can wake up a guy and sell him pork. Which guy? This guy. Hello, journeyman. Would you like to be a better merchant? Well, wake up and buy the pork. Good job, guys. You bought the pork. All right, well, good stuff. We'll pick up more of our copper and block it up. Because that is what you do. You collect things and then you crunch them together, and that's what Minecraft is all about. I hope. I hope it's not about other things and I've been doing it wrong this whole time. Our herds are way too small. I didn't need to make remotely this much wheat in order to breed them up. But we'll just do a round of this real quick. I mean, I know why they're this size is because I feel like I need more experience for reasons, or more emeralds for reasons, or whatever. But the toll it takes on their beady eyes, it rests heavily upon my shoulders. I mean, not really. I don't care. Look, some animals and characters of the game are people, and some of them aren't. And the sheep and the cows are not people. They're not people at all. He still remembers buying all the pork at night. It wasn't a dream. His pockets are light, and so he's not going to buy any more right now. Alright, now they want to buy it. And I will oblige. Because you never want to, you never want to not sell them things whenever they're buying. Keep on having these little white-feeted cats, but I need a black cat. But we return home to Garuda and Bella and Luca, the crime families all together, and you know what time it is. It is time, unfortunately, to get to the end of the video. And I know it hasn't been long, get to the end of the stream. And you're thinking, couldn't this stream have just been a video? Yeah, but I stream like all the hardcore now. And, I just wanted to get up, and play a little bit before work. Got a nice 10 or 11 hour day in front of me. Unless it's really slow, and then I'll go home early. One can never, ever know in my industry. But Minecraft's like that too. You never know what you're gonna get. Could be a slow day and you just go in a straight line and achieve all your goals, or you might hear the cries of a ghast, or see the glint of gold or diamonds and distract you from your quest. But it's all about the journey, or at least I sure hope it is, because Lord knows all I'm doing is taking journeys in this game, and very slowly making my way towards anything else. Okay, we can open the advancements while the jukebox plays. That's good. Very good indeed. It stops Luca from dancing, but we know he's still dancing. Alright, so in the end, I need to get Dragon's Blessing in a glass, respawn the dragon, float up high from a shulker, and then find the elytra. So, we may not do any of that anytime soon. In the Nether, we need to get a Wither Skeleton Skull, which I do want to do. Have every potion effect applied at the same time. I'm literally never gonna do that. That sounds incredibly boring and annoying. I'm not gonna do that. That sounds like the worst thing. Why is that a thing? Just to annoy people? Whatever. You know what? I should stop even looking at it. No one told me I needed to do it. It just bothers me that that's never going to get done. We've only been to 2 out of the 5 Nether biomes. I need to bring a ghast from the Nether to the overworld and then kill it? Huh. Well, that could be interesting too. There's still a bunch of things here that I haven't done. We only have 5 more hostile monsters to kill, so that's interesting. I would have assumed there were more in the game than I hadn't met so far, but I guess, we're getting there. Because there's the Warden guy in the Deep Dark, right? And then there's the Wither, that other boss, and that's 2. And then somewhere else there will be 3 more. You say the every effect thing sucks? It sounds awful. It just sounds awful. Like, like, so many of the advancements, even eat everything that's edible, doesn't seem that annoying, right? But get every potion and eat them all at the same time, like, it might be the worst one I've read. The only thing in the Minecraft thing I have left to do is to weaken and then cure a zombie villager. I have no idea what that means. I I have no idea what that means, but maybe you have to like bash them over the head, but not the whole way. And then whenever they're hurt, you're like, "Hey, do you want some bones or whatever it is, some nice rotten flesh, whatever it is that zombies eat?" But we have 13 more total biomes to get. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff we can get. Free fall from the top of the world to the bottom of the world and survive. That's interesting. I guess you would use a water bucket. But yeah, so there's plenty of these that we can target to try to figure things out. Strike a villager with lightning. That doesn't seem very nice. But you know, we're not gonna like. I'm not trying to get every advancement right away, but you know, we can chip away out of them. That'll be fun. It's day 189, and Luca is still dancing. I guess he keeps on dancing as long as the notes play, even if the song is over. Which that's beautiful too. You know, the melody is gone, but the dance remains. And I think we can all learn a little bit from Luca in that regard, as well as the ability to forgive, because you know whatever happened in the past with Luca, it's all in the past. Now we're all home, we're all together, and everything's pretty nice. So just wanted to say thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Really hope you've enjoyed, and that's it for this video. See you guys.